What's up, everybody?
Wow, it's echoes out here.
Yeah, it does. Thank y'all for tuning in again.
You know what time it is.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, follow, notification button. Keep it locked with 77. Wow. Keep it locked with 77. So we are right now at the Garfield Park Conservatory, actually Field House, and in front of the Gold Dome. If you are not familiar with the Gold Dome, it's a historic landmark.
So beautiful.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're here is because it's Earth Day.
Arbor Day.
Yeah, it's Arbor Day coming up. Earth Day is, we're recording on Earth Day.
Yeah.
However, we're gonna kind of give you some earthy type things and give you some history and. At the Garfield Park Conservatory, obviously, if you've never been here,
oh my God, you need to go.
You need to go.
It's free.
Yeah, wear a tank top because you're gonna sweat your ass off.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're gonna sweat.
The inside is the climate inside is made for the plants that grow inside, and a lot of them it's warmth.
So that's the point of it, right? It's warm in there. But this building in particular, give you some history on this one.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this is, like I said, the Garfield Park Field House, as part of the Chicago Park District.
Such a beautiful park.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful out here, actually. A little chilly, but beautiful. This was built in 1928 for the headquarters of the then West Side Parks Commission. And if you are not familiar, Chicago before it had the Chicago Park District, they had 3 park districts, which were the West Side, which we're in right now, the headquarters, former headquarters, the South Side, and then the Central.
Yep.
And
you can actually learn more about that on our Herbs and Orto episode, The City in a Garden.
Yeah.
So go look for that.
Yeah. So this was the headquarters for that, which is pretty damn cool. And in 1934, when the Chicago Park District formed, they then turned this into the Field House. Yeah. And it's absolutely gorgeous.
I feel like does everyone know what a field house does?
I'm sure if you went to school, you should know what a field house is.
Maybe if you don't live in Chicago, it's basically like
I think it's everywhere.
Where all the activity. Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, it's
where
everywhere.
The activities happen.
Yeah, where the activities happen. But this was a headquarters first, so for the park, which is crazy. That's kind of like a little intro to what we're doing, but we got another location. We're here with Black People Outside.
Yeah. And if we're going to be anywhere this summer, it's going to be on a Black People Outside hike.
Yeah, right.
You that much,
right. Yeah.
They do these free hikes, and they're the best. Today it's with Peace Runners, and we're going to a really cool location with a lot of history, a lot of Chicago history.
A lot of Chicago history. You're going to be amazed.
Even though it's not in Chicago, but we're going to you know how we do.
Yeah. So, let's get
to it. All right, so we are at Morton Arboretum.
Yeah.
And obviously, Arbor Day, Earth Day, we had to come out here.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about who started Morton Arboretum, who Joy Morton was, and his life.
Some dope fun facts.
Really fun facts.
And tied all together.
Yeah. We're currently on a golf cart riding through
Morton Arboretum after we just had a whole
day
fun
here.
Thing with Black People Outside.
It's so beautiful.
This is gorgeous out here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chillier day, but it's really fun. And we'll tell you a little bit about who he is and the story of the Arboretum and how it came about, and a little bit about Arbor Day. So
let's get it.
Let's get it. If you have not put it together just yet, Morton Arboretum was founded by Joy Morton, who was the founder of Morton Salt in Chicago.
You hear that? Founder of Morton Salt in Chicago. And
he was obviously a huge entrepreneur. Morton Salt became one of the largest distributors of salt in North America. And so he had a lot of money. But before that, he grew up loving trees. His dad was a legislator for Nebraska, and he started Arbor Day. So his dad literally did was like the one that kind of drove that. And so he, Joy grew up loving trees, loving nature, being around nature a ton. And so it was kind of very organic for him. Get it? Organic trees. Organic for him to, when he bought this estate, he lived in Chicago, but he came out to Lisle and
this was his country.
Yeah,
house.
his like summer estate.
Summer, yeah.
And it started out as 700 acres, I believe.
Yeah.
And he started, planting trees and started this house that we're standing.
Yeah, we're literally.
We're standing on the grounds of the house. This is the original.
So we're gonna do a split right here. So
yeah.
like Sarah said, this is the original part right here, and then
the
this part right
educational
here
center is new.
That used to be where his house was.
Right.
And they tore that part down. 40s,
Yeah.
I believe she said.
Yeah.
In the 40s.
Yeah, and he worked right out of here, and we're gonna try and go inside and get a little bit of the footage from the inside.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to because this is a private party.
Yeah,
and there's a
we're
sign.
we have someone from the Arboretum walking us around, so we're hoping that she can,
But we got some more dope stuff to show you.
Yes.
In relation to this.
Yep.
So, come on with us.
Let's
Let's
walk
go.
inside.
Let's go.
We made it in.
We made it in. There's a wedding going on. So we wedding crashes.
But yeah, we're in the Thornhill Library. And it was called Thornhill because it was surrounded by hawthorn trees on a hill. And we're going to show you a little bit of what the hill look is going to look like. A little bit. But this was the library where...
But this was the office, right?
Right, his office,
the office
where he kind of like...
ran the original Arboretum,
right?
The original portion of the Arboretum.
And one cool fact that I found, another connection kind of to the city, is one of the architects that was hired to do the landscaping was O.C. Simmons. His first project was Graceland Cemetery, which is a really cool thing.
That's
and then he was later,
later,
hired to do some work in Lincoln Park. So, he was.
This is a small world.
I know.
You're good, man. You're good. Don't worry about it. No.
No, you're fine. But yeah, now the Arboretum is 1,700
square feet.
800
square feet.
1,700 square feet. It's the size of an apartment.
Big as this room, actually. Yeah.
So it's a one-bedroom apartment. Started as 175 acres and is now 800 plus.
1,700.
1,700.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Clearly, we screwing up here.
Well, and there's so many. There's a lot of trails you can take.
Yeah.
There's
paths everywhere.
It's huge.
So speaking of paths, let's go and show you the view from Thornhill. And kind of walk on another unique path here. So let's get it. Let's crash the wedding actually.
That's
So right now we're outside of the
Thornhill.
estate. Yep. And we're on Thornhill.
Right.
And
we're on the hill.
Yeah. And so you can see behind us, just to paint a picture for you, if you were Joy Morton and family and you came outside in the backyard of your house, this would have been your view.
It's not wild.
Yeah, not all these trees, but crazy.
So this kind of inspired him to start the Arboretum after he was surrounded by so many thorn trees. Hawthorn trees.
Yeah.
They're
Thorn trees.
Ass.
Yeah, they did. They just kicked my ass. That was a side effect.
But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
gorgeous.
the whole space, like we did a hike and we walked through, we went to, I don't know if we're going to go back to his wife's pond, but
you got B-roll of it.
Yeah. So he actually built a man-made pond that he named after his wife, Margaret. So it's called Marmo.
Marmo Pond, right?
Marmo Pond.
Yeah.
So Margaret Morton Pond.
Yeah.
It's just do you hear the birds?
Yeah, I hope you can. Because it's beautiful out here.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know what? This spring, the cherries aren't blooming in Jackson Park. Yeah. So what a great alternative for you to come out
Come on out here.
And they have events every weekend.
This is nuts.
It's so cool.
This is absolutely insane.
Look how beautiful the windows look.
Y'all,
God.
we about to continue walking, but we almost done. We got a couple more things to show you.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. now walking the Joy Path, which at the end of the day, Joy would walk this path from his office down to like enjoy nature at the end of a long day. And that's kind of what we're doing. We're almost at the end of our episode.
Almost at the end. That's
we're
perfect.
walking the
Look at
Joy
us.
Path.
Look at us. It is gorgeous.
It is absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you can see around us how gorgeous this is. I mean, it's like a gem to have.
It really is.
And we're just like 25 minutes outside of the city, which is crazy.
In the summertime, I bet you this is nuts. Yeah, this is gorgeous. You know what? Matter of fact, here's what we're gonna do. Because it's we're kind of like doing an Earth Day type of thing here. We're wrapping up the episode. We're gonna play you a clip from a green restaurant that's doing some big things in Chicago. Been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We're gonna play you a snippet of it because it's an hour-long conversation. Give you 7 minutes of it. You go check out the other video that will be released later
Of the
full interview.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're gonna walk the Joy Path and wrap this thing up. So we'll see you in a second.
Yeah.
Right now, we are in Hannah's Bretzels here in the Loop, and we're sitting here with the owner.
Yeah.
CEO.
CEO,
all the
Huge CEO. Big salary too.
Oh, nice.
And attitude.
Talk that talk.
I love that.
CEO attitude. Oh,
Talk that talk.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
He has a meeting right after. That's why the laptop.
I won't know how much time I have left. But anyway.
Wait, look, we won't
Very
take
busy day.
Yeah.
Busy.
We won't take your life,
Yeah.
but thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you too.
So this has a very interesting story and like purpose behind Hannah's Bretzels. You want to tell us about it?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, where to start? We've been around for, we're going on 20 years.
right?
soon. Yeah. 20 years in downtown Chicago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a long time.
that
I
there's
never
any-
thought it
yeah.
would be like that. And it started with a very humble idea, right? I moved from New York to Chicago in 1999,
We love to hear it.
2000, right?
Yeah.
And I joined Leo Burnett, the ad agency. And I love food and I love to cook, and I always was into that. I'm a product of the Waldorf school system, which is a little bit different.
Yep.
And my father is from Bavaria, from a farm town, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
we have a farmhouse. My mother lives there right now.
Oh, wow.
My father passed away 20 years ago. She's 93, going strong.
Yeah.
And so the roots were always on the land, and I always loved food. And when I came here and my Leo Burnett friends realized my love for food, they said, oh, you got to go to Whole Foods. There was no Whole Foods in New York, but there was a Whole Foods in Chicago.
Interesting.
So I went to Whole Foods.
There you go.
And I discovered this new world of grocery store that Whole Foods is, but not in a fake way, not in a, oh, we're such good people, but we're actually not, we're just sticking it to you.
Yeah.
Right.
It was genuine. They really went a new path in the way they communicated and how they treated their supply chain. And it was fascinating to me. And that coincided with the rise of the internet that allowed more information for everybody.
Yeah.
So your one-on-one with your doctor for health became a 1 to 100.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
there were multiple sources now you could go to
Lot of reach.
educate yourself and alternative opinions.
Right.
Right, or your one with the nutritional became much wider. So information became more available, allowed people to make better informed decisions. And then thirdly, I missed the pretzel bread that I grew up with in Stuttgart, Germany. So wherever I went and I bought pretzel bread, and I didn't mean that at all in an arrogant way, I just was disappointed.
Yeah. That's understandable.
So I put those three together, and I was really impressed with Whole Foods. I hung out there a lot, and I did what I feel good marketers do. You go where the customer is and you chat them up, okay?
Yes.
It creates an awkward situation sometimes. And some people you walk up, particularly with females, say like, hey, can I ask you a question? Like, get away from me, creepo. I didn't mean it that way.
Right.
You know?
You were actually curious.
Okay, but most of the time people are quite open, and you ask them questions and you learn a lot.
Yeah.
And I went to Whole Foods and I talked to a lot of customers in the aisles, and I asked them why they shop and what they look for and what drives them to do shopping here compared to it, let's say Jewels or Kroger's or whatever was available at the time. And then I asked them also if they go out to eat and what they look for in those restaurants and whether they would like a more casual dining, quick
Right.
service that goes in the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that
Yeah,
was
that-
all very much yes, 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 please,
Yeah.
more of
Right.
that, more of that. I'm worried about my nutrition. I'm trying to eat cleaner. I think health and nutrition goes hand in hand. I'm no longer running.
Right.
I'm doing more yoga. I'm doing more meditation. I'm doing more like
Interesting.
alternative
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
So all that area was very dynamically changing, and I felt that there is an opportunity to do a quick service restaurant
Right.
based on the Whole Foods model.
Wow. Wow.
So that's how Hana's was created. But
Yeah.
then, I didn't have pretzel bread. I never worked in retail.
Yeah.
Never worked in food. I'm a marketer by
Yeah.
trade. I learned marketing and finance. So I flew in my baker friend from Stuttgart, and
Wow.
he was here for 3 weeks creating the bread.
Wow.
And the flour is very different here than in Europe.
Yeah. Yep.
So it took, he was like, the first week he was ripping his hair out. He was like,
like it doesn't work.
what is this? It doesn't work, okay? And then he needed to get his
Yeah.
bearing, and
Yeah.
finally we had a product that we really loved. And then I invited friends over. Weekend, I thought once is enough was very cute. We had a bread. I bought all the condiments.
Yeah.
Said once was
And we were
enough.
like, let's create sandwiches. And we created like the first 5 sandwiches. We ate them, and we were like, I can't eat anymore.
Wow.
So I came to realize, like, oh my God, I need to do this over time.
Yeah.
Because when you eat them, you want to keep eating.
Right,
Right.
right.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Hum, 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 hum. And then after the third one, you're like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't eat anymore.
I can't. I'm full. Yeah.
I don't want to eat it and throw it out of the,
Right.
like the wine spitting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I get
So-
wine testers need to do that if they go through 100 bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't spit out red
Yeah.
wine unless it's really lousy, right?
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah, so check out the full video, and that's a dope. It's a dope restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all need to go check it
Hannah's
out.
Pretzels.
Hannah's Pretzels. Let me tell you, that sandwich.
Fire.
That sandwich is ridiculous.
Fire.
But anyway, that's enough. Of
We're
that.
gonna hop back on our golf
Yeah,
cart
we're gonna
right
hop
there.
back on the golf cart. You see it. And we're gonna take the rest of the way down because
Yeah.
look at the chair. Look at the little chair
Where?
right there. The little
Oh,
wooden chair.
wow.
That's look.
Oh, this is such a beautiful.
It's
path.
beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, y'all come out here. Thank
So
you, Morton
cool.
Arboretum. Thank
Yeah.
you, Morton Salt.
Yep.
Thank you, Black People Outside, Peace Runners. It's a lot of thank yous this
Yeah.
episode. It was fun to put together.
It was.
Only way 770 Flavors can do it.